Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hope Community's 2020 Community Service Awards virtually. That's right. Normally, you'd be at a very, very nice place, a fancy place, sipping on champagne or wine, sort of schmoozing and mingling and, doing the network thing. But today, we're doing it online, and it's okay. It's a little different. Feels different. Doesn't mean you can't dress up. Doesn't mean you can't sip on your favorite drink. It doesn't mean that it has to be alcoholic. Could be water. But we know what most of you guys are probably drinking. Maybe soda. Anyways, if you don't know me, I'm your master of ceremonies tonight, and my name is Victor Cruz. That's right, I'm not the football player. I know some of you guys logged in today thinking, oh, yeah, maybe the football player is going to host the show tonight. That's great. But a lot of you know me already, so you know that I don't play football and that I'm afraid of a football. That's right, I'm not a big sports guy, but that's cool. That's cool. I'm fine with that. I don't feel so bad about that. But I tell you what, when the pandemic first hit, it was overwhelming for a lot of people. Like, we didn't really know what to expect. This idea of having to stay home and can't leave your house and you gotta wear a mask all the time, it's kind of crazy, And then at some point we got used to it. But one thing I realized during this whole thing is that being home with my family, you start to realize, is this gonna work out? Is this gonna work out? And it's been working out just fine. Family is great, everyone's good, but I realized that the window guards in my window, they were never meant for my kids. No, they were meant for me. Because I've been trying to jump out the window this whole time, but the super does not call me back. You know what I'm saying? He's not calling me back. He's not bringing that special screwdriver to get that window guard out. And so it's cool. It's fine. Just got to breathe as much as I can with the mask on. But I figured it out. Everything's okay. We're making the best of it. Been a lot of challenges, and there have been. But we're pushing through, and a lot of good stuff has come out, even though there's been some challenging things. Look at us here. We created this really awesome virtual community awards event, and it's gonna be fun tonight. Tonight we're gonna honor a lot of really great people that you know from the community of East Harlem who have done some major things and have also served outside of East Harlem as well. They're great friends, and I'm so glad that I get a chance to celebrate them because I know the three of them on personal levels at different points in my life. So I'm really excited about tonight. But before we honor those beautiful people, we're going to share a message with you from Hope Community, a very special message from the board, from our good friend, Walter Roberts. Here it is.
Good evening, and welcome to Hope Community's annual event. My name is Walter Roberts, and I am the Executive Director of Hope Community. And I want to thank you all for joining us this evening. This evening is an important event for us as we take time to honor the George Calvert awardees. And we want to congratulate them and thank them for all they do for our neighborhood. We also want to take the time to thank our sponsors for what they've done and what they continue to do for us as an organization. We would not be Hope Community without our commercial and residential tenants. So I want to take time to thank them as well as their important partners. This year's had some catastrophic things that have taken place. Obviously, COVID-19 being one of the biggest things that have impacted not just our neighborhood, but the entire world. And we would not be able to get through it without everyone's support. We've had to suspend some of the programming, but that didn't stop the need. People are still coming to our office asking for help, and we have tried to give them the help that they ask for. We do run programs. We do have our art gallery that we've opened a few years ago that needs support. We also have events that take place in the neighborhood, like our Fall Fest, where we close the entire block and have games and programs for young people. All of that is done with the dollars that we get from events like tonight. So your support is very important, not just for Hope Community, but for the neighborhood. And I want to guarantee, to give you confidence, to let you know that none of those dollars are used to pay for staff salaries. All of it is used to pay for the programming that we run. And that is why tonight is very important. So if you haven't given, please take the time now to give. And I want to also take the time to say, there is still hope, pun intended. Thank you very much and have a good evening.
And thank you, Walter, and thank you everyone at Hope Community, the staff, everyone involved, for everything that you've done for your neighborhood, for your community, for the folks who have definitely gone through some major challenges, from residents to commercial tenants. They're all very grateful. And later on in our program, we're going to get a chance to meet some of those tenants as they express some of the really amazing help and support that they received from Hope. So as one of your ex or older commercial tenants, I say thank you. And as a friend, I honor you and admire you. So we're going to get into our awards. Now, every year, Hope Community gives out awards, the George Calvert Award, to individuals who have done some major things in the community and have had some really great relationships with Hope over the years. Now, our first recipient of the George Calvert Award this evening is my good friend and a friend to so many people in the community of East Harlem, and her name is Michelle Cruz. In 2008, Michelle founded the East Harlem Cafe, a popular destination for community leaders, locals, and visitors to the neighborhood. As a small business owner, Michelle engaged in collaborative efforts with other businesses by allowing other entrepreneurs to utilize her space to showcase their products and/or services, thereby fostering an environment of supportive economic development among her peers, including me. The East Harlem Cafe was also the site for many fundraisers, which I hosted, that brought both financial support and awareness of different issues impacting the community. In 2016, Michelle coordinated the pilot project, the Women's Entrepreneurial Success Training, known as WEST project, designed to educate women about business practices from both the theoretical and practical point of view, informing them about available resources and providing them with one-to-one counseling and mentoring through Union Settlement's Business Development Center. As project coordinator, Michelle secured the services of colleagues to provide free workshops, branding, social media, marketing, and etc., adding additional responsibilities to the curriculum, so that they would have real-world things that they could apply in their actual business today. As a result of her efforts, the project was refunded. Actually, it was refunded at twice the initial grant, so great job, Michelle. Michelle was the project director for Union Settlement Business Development Center's Buy Local East Harlem initiative, funded by City Community Development, which assists local merchants in becoming suppliers to many of the local anchor institutions. The pilot project secured over $600,000 for the small businesses within 2 years, increasing their visibility and profits. The pilot project also produced a case study on the Buy Local East Harlem model, which was featured in Crain's New York, El Diario, and Harlem World magazine. She is currently a board member of Settlement Health and a trustee of El Museo del Barrio. She was an active board member of the East Harlem Preservation, the East Harlem COAD, Metro Hope Church, the East Harlem Holiday Tree Committee, and the East Harlem Community Alliance. Although the association is no longer active, Michelle was also a founding member and vice president of East Harlem's Restaurant and Bar Association. As of May 2020, she has become deputy chief of staff for council member Diana Ayala, where she manages the budget and the legislative agenda. Here's Michelle.
Good evening. My name is Victor Cruz. I am so grateful to be here today and thankful to be receiving the Hope Community Service Award. Thank you so much to Walter Roberts and Hope Community for the great work they have been doing enriching lives in East Harlem since 1968. I also want to thank the sponsors who continue to support Hope Community in doing this great work. Congratulations to my fellow honorees, Senator Brian Benjamin and former Hope Community Board member Kathleen Benson, who are amazing community servants. Being born and raised in Spanish Harlem, this award means so much to me. I am fortunate to have been a small business owner in El Barrio for 8 years as a commercial tenant in a Hope property. It was one of the most rewarding times of my life, not only because I was a proud business owner, but because it allowed me to serve my community in an organic way. Whether that was hosting holiday tree lighting events or fundraisers for serious issues, the space ultimately became a community hub and even a safe haven for some. The importance of institutions like Hope Community is not only their understanding of affordable housing as the core to an individual's well-being, but the equal importance of economic development, small business support, and preserving culture. My business would not have been around for 8 years had I not had a partnership with Hope Community. I am thankful for this recognition tonight and grateful that I get to partner with great institutions and individuals that make public service a rewarding experience. Thank you again.
Thank you, Michelle, and congratulations on winning the George Calvert Award. I want to personally thank you for all that you've done for the community, particularly the small businesses in East Harlem. As a former small business person, I know you really appreciate the hard work that they do, and I know they appreciate your hard work. So again, congratulations and thank you.
Michelle, as your friend for many, many years, congratulations, well-deserved, and what can I say, continued blessings on your journey, so many more great things to come. And as we move on, I get a chance to introduce another wonderful spirit who is our second awardee tonight for the George Calvert Award. She is another kind spirit who has allowed me to partake in some really awesome events and fundraisers, things that occurred in the community, like every year there is our tree lighting on 106th Street and 3rd Avenue. She has been a person who's invited me to host that event, and that's always been a very special thing because you see everyone from the community come out and we have a blast. But without further ado, I'd like to welcome our next awardee, Kathleen Benson Haskins.
Hope Community was founded in 1968. By coincidence, my first summer in New York and at the Museum of the City of New York was also in 1968. While Hope steadily increased its footprint in East Harlem, I didn't get involved with the community until around 1990. The museum created a new City Partners Gallery, and I worked with several East Harlem organizations, including Mount Sinai and Union Settlement, to create exhibitions. In 2005, I organized the exhibition El Barrio, Puerto Rican, New York, with the Center for Puerto Rican Studies at Hunter College. My relationship to the community grew organically after I began to organize City Partners exhibitions. In 1995, staff of Union Settlement and others started the East Harlem Historical Organization, which I enthusiastically joined. I currently serve on the board of East Harlem Preservation, an organization that grew out of the East Harlem Historical Organization after it ceased operations. EHP's activities have included documenting and preserving the neighborhood's murals. Whereas the mission of East Harlem Preservation is to preserve the rich cultural diversity of the neighborhood, Landmark East Harlem, founded in 2015, and on which I also serve, seeks to preserve architectural history. We secured designation by the New York City Landmarks Preservation Commission of 3 individual landmarks in 2018, bringing the total of such buildings in East Harlem to 25. We will nominate more important buildings. In 2019, we succeeded in getting the first East Harlem Historic District listed on the National and State Registers of Historic Places. We are now working on a second historic district in East Central Harlem. In 2004, I joined the East Harlem Board of Tourism, which provided the community with a giant holiday tree at the intersection of 3rd Avenue and 106th Street. After that organization ceased operations, some of its members continued the holiday tree tradition. Former Hope Board and staff member Carmen Vasquez and Hope staff member Eve Valenzuela are valued members of the East Harlem Holiday Tree Committee. In December, we will light the 17th annual East Harlem Holiday Tree. Hope Community served as the Tree Committee's fiscal sponsor for several years, and to this day is an important supporter. Hope also provided significant support to the East Harlem Culture Collective, of which I am a member. We organized in 2018 to serve the neighborhood's artistic community. Between March and May 2019, the EHCC was in residence at Hope's Galleria del Barrio, presenting a marvelous kaleidoscope of creativity. African drummers, Mexican dancers in traditional costumes, poets and painters, and even the work of mosaic artist Manny Vega. He workshopped the mural El Ritmo de la Paz, which means to the rhythm of peace, at La Galleria. It was commissioned by Hope and adorns the east-facing wall of the building that houses La Galleria at 162 East 104th Street. I served on Hope's Board of Directors from 2009 to 2015 and remain a staunch friend of Hope. One of my first responsibilities as a board member was to help select Walter Roberts as the new executive director. He and the Hope Board have restructured Hope's functions and holdings to build a robust organization that will ensure the stability of households, small businesses, and jobs in perpetuity. Although I have lived on the Upper West Side all my New York life, it is in East Harlem that I have found a true sense of community that nurtures me to this day. And so it is with great honor and gratitude that I accept the George Calvert Community Service Award from Hope Community.
Thank you, Kathy, for accepting, and congratulations on getting the George Calvert Award. I want to thank you personally for what you've done for Hope Community while you were on the board, after you left the board, and being a continued supporter of our work. And we want to be a supporter of what you do in the community and all the things that you're doing. Thank you again.
Hi, my name is Yentir Frias. I am one of the tenants at Revive 103 North, one of the buildings that Hope Community manages.
As a Hope Community resident, we were grateful for the resources and the patience of the management during this crisis.
And I just wanted to share with everyone my experience with Hope with regard to the COVID crisis.
Because we all needed help at the time, and as we continue to go through it, they are still with us, making sure that we are mentally stable and able to come through it all.
And how they handled things that were the adversity and financial hardships that a lot of the tenants, I'm sure, are facing right now.
They also made sure during the financial crisis that you were able to be comfortable in your own home with the resources. They have resources to get us through and make sure that if we didn't have what we need, that they would be with us during the way through.
Ms. Arevalo was beyond caring, supportive, compassionate, and she did everything she could and went above and beyond to make sure that everything I needed was taken care of. So to her, I say thank you. Thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you for everything.
Congratulations to Kathleen one more time. The award is well long overdue. As I remember Walter mentioning the day that we met with you to film your acceptance of the award. We say thank you again for everything. And also to our residents who got a chance to share some of the really amazing things that Hope did during this crisis. Thank you for your time. And now we're gonna move on to our last awardee this evening, who's also another amazing individual who has helped so many people. I'm so glad that we had a chance to hang out a few weeks ago when we were able to film him to create his acceptance award video. And that is my good friend, Senator Brian Benjamin.
Congratulations to Hope Community, Inc. on 52 years of being at the forefront of affordable housing right here in East Harlem, and spearheading collaborative efforts focusing on economic development, social service alliances, and the cultural arts. Kudos to you, Hope Community, for forging ahead during these unprecedented times to hold your annual George Calvert Community Service Award celebration virtually, a first for so many. A testament to Hope's resilience and the leadership it has demonstrated since 1968 by overcoming insurmountable odds and manifesting its vision of building one block at a time. I am personally greatly honored to be an awardee this year in the company of two amazing individuals, former Hope Board of Director and Community Advocate Kathy Benson Haskins, as well as Michelle Cruz, a friend of mine, who is the Deputy Chief of Staff to Councilmember Diana Ayala. These two ladies truly reflect the values and the mission of Hope Community. Thank you for all that you have been doing for East Harlem and will continue to do. I hope you continue to develop and preserve affordable housing here in East Harlem, which is so greatly needed, particularly during COVID-19, particularly as people are dealing with the crisis. Hope Community is on the case, making sure that our community has housing, which is a human right. And please know, definitely know, that you can always count on my strong support in the State Senate. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the Hope family, I wish to extend a sincere congratulations to Senator Benjamin for all that he does for our community and for Hope. This is an award well deserved. In these challenging times, your steadfast support is all the more appreciated. Your tireless efforts are making a difference and helping the residents of Hope, as well as every citizen of East and Central Harlem. Thank you. Again, sincere congratulations and best wishes.
Thank you, Senator. And thank you, Brad. It was really nice to see you during this program. So Hope has helped out a lot of people. Hope has helped out residents, commercial tenants, artists, including myself. Back in 2014, I was looking for a location in which I could produce and shoot and direct my very first feature film. I had no idea where we were going to shoot the movie. And to be honest with you, the original budget that we had, we were not even close to raising that amount of money. Making a film, as a lot of people know, is a challenging thing. And so when it came time to look for a location, my good friends and family at Hope Community were able to help me out a great deal by supplying the location in which we shot the entire film, known as the stockroom. And I just have to say thank you, but here's a clip of the film so you can see what we did with the basement of a building, one of Hope's properties on 115th Street, which looks nothing like this now, but at the time it did, and it helped with the aesthetic for the piece, and we're so forever grateful here at Victor Cruz Films for supporting us to make this film happen.
Great job today, guys. Go home, get some rest. I'll see you early in the morning, okay?
Hey, Joe. I'm sorry you didn't get to beat that 10-year mark.
That's okay, Maria. Life is filled with so many surprises. I know something is on its way for me. And I spoke too soon.
Hello, stockroom. How's everyone doing?
Fantastic. What are you going to take away next? The oxygen?
That's cute. I just want to see what the stockroom felt like.
But you already know what it's like.
Calm down. I just wanted a closer look. Is this the weapon of choice when you tie your victims up?
Told you that.
Oh, I have my sources.
I always have my sources.
Bring in our source.
How dare you?
I'm sorry, guys. He promised me my job back.
I'll make a deal.
What's the deal?
I'm gonna lock this door behind me, and you guys can try and tie me up. And if you're successful, which you won't be, but if you are, I'll walk out of this stockroom and never enter this room again. But if you're not, your savior Joseph here will have to stay overnight and help me rearrange a few things. Sounds like a deal? Sounds like a deal to me.
Give me a second, all right? I want to talk to my team first. Huddle up, guys.
What do you guys think?
I think this guy's.
I agree.
Ditto.
If we win, we don't have to see his ass in the stockroom again. Felix, what are your thoughts? Hey, I'm up for the challenge, all right? Fortune cookie, any words of wisdom?
Each man may decide to fight another man, but in the end, he's only fighting himself.
Yo, Joe.
Yeah?
What do you want to do?
Let's kick his ass.
Come on. Joe.
You can do that.
Come on.
Prepare to meet your doom.
Damn.
How the hell we lose that?
But nobody warned us that he knew 7 different styles of martial arts.
My mother always told me never trust a man with hairy knuckles.
That was great. Thank you again, Hope Community, for allowing us to make this film. You know, we went on to tour this film at a bunch of different festivals. We won some awards. And I want to give a very special thank you to Walter Roberts and Craig Hardy and his crew, because they really helped us a great deal when securing the location. And while we were filming it, they helped us a great deal. So I just want to say thank you so much for that. We had a blast, and if you want to watch the whole film, you can actually watch it on Amazon Prime. So if you've got Amazon Prime, check it out tonight, check it out tomorrow, whenever you have some time. All right, so now we're gonna move on to listening and checking in with some of our commercial tenants who had some really nice things to say about some of the support that they received from Hope Community.
I'm Ngozi Okaro. I lead Custom Collaborative, which is on East 123rd Street.
Hello, my name is Enrique, owner of Allison Restaurant, located on 104 in Lexington.
Estamos localizados en la 110 y 111 de Lexington Avenue, que es Brisa del Mar. Y el segundo es Melly Court, que está localizado en la 103 entre Tercera Avenida y Lexington Avenue.
We're a Hope Community tenant, and as a business, we're so grateful for our partnership with Hope.
And today I'd like to thank Hope Community, especially Walter Roberts, for the opportunity of opening this restaurant in East Harlem, but especially for all the support that it was offered to us during the pandemic.
We support women who are developing careers in fashion, and we do a lot of our work in the space, as well as have a mini showroom where we're selling masks and other clothing. Even before COVID struck, Hope Community was such a great partner for us. They introduced us to other community organizations, organized their tenants so we could reach out to them and teach classes, which the Hope tenants have really loved, as well as other people in the East Harlem community.
The support that was given from Hope Community was fundamental in order to survive during these hard times.
Queremos darle las gracias a Hope por todo su soporte y toda esa ayuda que nos ha dado a través del proceso de mantenernos en continuidad de un préstamo para poder mantener nuestros trabajadores y nuestras puertas abiertas de nuestro negocio. Nuevamente le damos las gracias a Hope.
I'm so glad that we're partnered with Hope in El Barrio. Thank you.
And welcome back. We're having a blast tonight. We're getting a chance to really listen to some of the voices and honor people. And I think what's really special this year, and it's different, but what's special about it is that it allows us to really listen and really see what's going on. Where sometimes, you know, we're at these events and a lot is going on, but for the first time, you're in control of what you're eating and drinking, and you get a chance to, you know, because sometimes you don't know what's in the food, you know? You don't know who catered this event. Not to say that the cater, you get what I'm saying, you know? You prepared it, you know what it is. You know, if you got a special diet, it's your world, and you're in control. And now I'm going to introduce a person that is in control of some of the amazing things that has happened, from creating events for the neighborhood, as you saw earlier, an event like Fall Fest and other programs. I mean, listen, If you don't know about Hope Community, let me tell you. They're way more than the concept and the idea of a landlord. They provide resources and programming for community that are very important. Sometimes you don't even know it's happening. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my good friend who's great to so many people. Please welcome Walter Roberts, our Executive Director.
Thank you, Victor, for that warm welcome. And
Was that good?
I appreciate that.
Okay, good.
I owe you $10. I understand.
Oh, yeah. Well, make it 15. This is where I get a coffee. You know what I'm saying?
So as you can tell, we're live here in the studio. MNN is very generous, allowing us to use their space. And Victor and I are respecting social distancing.
Social distancing.
So we won't give a pound or any of that.
No
Right.
dads,
Right.
no nothing.
Great. Wanted to take a few minutes just to say a special thank you to our sponsors, of which none of this could happen. And I try to read this off. I didn't actually put in a teleprompter, so I apologize. M&T Bank, Mount Sinai, Popular Bank, Shoot Plus, Avante, Lisk, Hub International, Goldstein Hall, Benchmark, CPC, Apex, and Federated National Land. So thank you all so much. It's invaluable what you do for us, and all of those dollars it's very important. Not to say that the other dollars we got it's insignificant. Every penny helps us. We got lots of donations. Money was still coming in as we were talking. So thank you for doing what you did, because apparently it got some more money coming in.
Oh, good.
So money, that's what we need. And just as a reminder, even after this event, you can still donate to Hope Community through our website, which is www.hopeci.org. So I'd like to thank you again for all that you've done. Let me ask you though. So you're the Master of Ceremonies.
Master of Ceremonies.
You also produced this.
I produced this, yes.
You are the director.
I guess I directed this too.
Did we leave something out? Is it something? You're the talent, obviously.
I'm the talent as well. The only thing I probably didn't do was I didn't cater the event. So this is the only thing I did. But you know what? My friend Laz Vecito from Last Tech Solutions, who's behind the camera, he did bring some munchkins with him.
He did do that.
We brought some munchkins.
Not as good as the food that we typically have
That's
that
true.
draws the crowd out.
That's true.
So we're sorry we're not able to do this live and have you all in person, because that's what our preference would have been.
Yeah, of course.
But in the environment that we have today, we sort of tried to figure out a way to still honor the 3 honorees this year, which are well deserved, and we really want to congratulate them for all that they've done and continue to do. And we didn't want to ignore that and skip over a year, so we are doing this. So it's a little out of the box for us, but I've watched the staff this year. You know, we've had to do some things that we don't normally do, working virtually, still working at the buildings and doing all these extraordinary things. So I've learned a lot about Hope Community and its fortitude and its ability to be resilient. And I think this event is another example of just that. Obviously, you know, it's to honor people, also to raise money, and we're able to do both those things. Unfortunately, not with the same ambiance that we normally have. Or maybe we do. I'm not at your home. I don't know what you're doing.
But we are at people's homes because they're at home with pajama bottoms and tuxedo tops, and they're sipping on whatever drink they're having, you know, and they're comfortable, but now we're in their world.
I guess that's right.
We're there, and it's happening. Now, let me ask you something, Walter. Because, you know, you raise, you know, every year you have this program and you give out awards and you raise funds for a lot of the programming you do in the community.
Sure.
But I know that you have some ideas for the future. You've talked to me about some stuff with technology and things that you want to move forward to in the near future.
Sure.
Maybe you could share a little bit about what those ideas are, and anybody who's interested in supporting that, we definitely need your help there.
Sure. So thank you for that. So this past year, or maybe a year or so ago, our staff, resident services staff, did a survey to try to figure out a baseline. Who had the ability to access technology? And it's just to say, do you have an email address? Do you have a smartphone? Do you have a computer? Are you able to connect to the internet? And unfortunately, it's not 100%. It's not anywhere near what I would have liked. So in recent past, we're trying to examine ways to bring the internet to people's homes. It's not cheap. It costs money, and it does require knowledge of the technology out there. So we're trying to figure out what partners exist out there and work towards getting that as a goal. This year, obviously, brought that to the forefront, right? You have to work remotely. School is taught remotely. People are getting examined remotely. So you really do need to be connected to the internet, and we think that we want to help try to get people connected. So over the next year, we'll try to figure out different strategies to get to that point.
That's awesome. And if there's anybody that's watching, and meeting you for the first time, because, once in a while you have somebody in the room that's never met you, maybe knows very little about Hope, what's the best way to connect with you if they want to donate or help you sort of build this idea?
Sure. So I'd say our website is one of the primary stops to go to. It's, again, www.hopeci.org. Our fantastic new external affairs director has been doing the social media thing. I don't get it. So Facebook, LinkedIn, all of those kinds of things. So we are out there in that space as well. Obviously, our office located at 174 East 104th Street. While we're still able to get out there, you're welcome to stop by and ask questions as need be. But we're trying to figure out different ways to promote ourselves and our organization. So if you have ideas, let us know. We can try to tap into that too.
That's really great. Honestly, I am so inspired by the work that you're doing, and I mean that sincerely. When I was putting the video together, or even when we were filming it, I was listening to your words about how every dollar that you raise for this programming, none of those specific dollars go to salaries. And I thought that was so important for people to know, because maybe people didn't really know it. You sometimes hear stuff in glimpses, especially when you're in a crowd, in a room full of so many people, and amazing food and amazing drinks, and everyone looks fantastic, as I'm sure they look right now. It's really inspirational. So thank you for all of your hard work. Is there any words of just advice or just warm words you'd like to share with your residents or commercial tenants who are watching right now, who may have gone through some challenges but have been able to benefit from some of the resources, or they're maybe struggling at the moment and trying to figure things out? Anything you might want to share with them to bring up their spirits and let them know that there are resources that they may not know that you have to offer?
Sure. So I want to be clear. It's not as though Hope Community originates all of these things. We have great partners in the community, external to the community, that we sort of make connect to the resource or the problem as it may be. So some of our commercial tenants benefited from the fact that we had friends at banks and CDFIs that were willing to make loans to them so that they can keep their doors open. We actually benefited from one of our sponsors, Popular Bank, giving Hope Community a PPP loan that during that brief period of time allowed us to continue to pay all of our staff and provide the services. We thought as a small business we would extend that same option to other people, and worked with True Fund Financial as an example, and they were extraordinary partners in helping with that stuff. We have other partners in the neighborhood who help with any number of things in terms of offering a PPE, which was very important. Just everybody has that hand sanitizer in their pocket. It wasn't always easy to get. Right. Laughably, try to find a Lysol, and you will probably be robbed. So you have to really be conscious and cognizant of the fact that there are all these resources out there and be able to tap them. We're fortunate in that our footprint is wide enough that we can touch a lot of different resources in the community, and we're grateful to all of those people to come in and help us help our residents and other people in the neighborhood.
Oh, great. Well, Walter, thank you again for everything and for just a wonderful evening. I'm sure everyone out there has really enjoyed this program. For me, it's been very special to work with you guys, so thank you. And maybe you can take us away with some final words.
Well, so final words. I think that, one, I thank you all for viewing this virtual award dinner. It may have looked easy. It was extremely hard. I did none of the work. Julie Dessart, who is our Director of External Affairs, deserves a lot of the credit, along with our Master of Ceremony, Jack of all trades, what's your name again? Victor Cruz.
Victor Cruz.
Not the football guy. And on all the resources that they brought. I think it was a very professionally done thing for us, and I appreciate that. Our board of directors are extremely important in giving me guidance and trying to keep me between the lines and such. And I want to thank them for their support, and of course I have to thank my staff for all of the work that they do. While I was hunkered at home, and a bunch of us were hunkered at home, our building maintenance staff, as an example, were out there at the buildings doing the work that they needed to do to keep all of us safe. So I wanted to thank them as well. And of course, you know, our sponsors, which I can't say enough about. They've been very, very, very helpful. I wish I can just give you all a giant hug, but that's against the rules, obviously. So thank you all for your support.
Yeah, thank you, Walter. And a big thank you to Manhattan Neighborhood Network for supporting this program tonight, allowing us to be here live in their studio with the technology and basically sort of creating a bridge for the two worlds so that we could present this really amazing program to you tonight. Well, everyone, have a wonderful evening. Find out how you can continue to support, donate away, and share this information with your friends. We'll see you next year.